Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Toon Review YouTube channel. And tonight, again, it's 8 o'clock, which means it's Four Horsemen of the Toon. And yes, I have been in the sun all day. I'm rather tanned. I just, as soon as I look at the sun, I seem to tan. We've got a debutant on the Four Horsemen tonight, Stephen from Geordie Talk. Stephen, good evening.
Hey, how we doing, guys? Are we good?
We are. Obviously, Karl was supposed to deputise for Barry tonight, but Karl had work commitments, so couldn't take part. So no Dutch rudder. We've got Stephen instead. So don't let him off. If you've got any lookalikes for Stephen, get them sent in because Peter's ready with his phone, I'm sure, to type in those lookalikes and find out. So he's not going to get away with it tonight. But first of all, before we go into the show, guys, obviously I put out on Twitter last week that I was debating pulling the show, totally getting rid of it. I was sick of getting the comments about, the PC Brigade coming out and hammering me every week for, saying it was disgraceful. It was this, it was that. But I'd just like to thank everybody for the amount of messages I got back in return, just saying how great the show is and how much it lifts everybody's spirits at the start of a week, especially, people who've suffered through mental health, etc., have all come on and said that it's made them forget about the problems and just have a really good laugh, which is all, which any four are on the show. That's all we want to do on a weekly basis is make people laugh and have a good time. And we're not racist, we're not homophobic, we're nothing like that at all. We were on here to have a laugh. Everything on this show is banter. And what I was told many times over, if you don't like the show, don't bloody watch it. You've got the button in front of you, just don't watch if it upsets you that much. But I would say 95% of the comments that came back were absolutely lovely. Lovely things said about the show. Yes, we can be close to the bone on here. We know that, but that's what the show's all about. It's here to make people laugh and just really have a good start of the week and put them in a good mood, which is what we all try and do. Please don't come at me saying I'm being racist towards John or Peter's being racist or Barry or whoever it may be, because John is one of our best mates, as people know. I class him as a brother, and he's just a top man all around. And never, ever is anything intentionally aimed at John as nastiness. It is all banter. John knows that. Peter knows that. Everybody who really knows us and watches the show will also know that. It's all banter. John has been a top man for doing that over the weeks. But we're all getting it now. So it's not just John. Every single one of us is getting battered every week now, which is what it should be like. It shouldn't just be one person. John's took enough crap, but that's not to say it to stop with the John jokes, because they need to still come in. But everything on here is banter. You don't like it, don't watch it. It's as simple as that. But if you do like it, thank you very much for contributing to the show, sending all your comments in, etc., etc. And we always try to have a blast on a Monday night. Layla sent the first one in. Congratulations to Brentford for reaching the Premier League. First time in 74 years. Hell of an achievement, John.
What a just. I mean, Brentford are a decent club. Yeah. And they just got a new stadium. They got a fantastic, ambitious young man in Thomas Frank. And their transfer policy is absolutely fantastic. They buy low. And then they just sold them on for profits. They have sold 9 players like Watkins, Benrahma, Warpie, and possibly Tony in the future. 9 players they sold, and they made £127 million on player sales.
Unbelievable.
And they do invest. Absolutely unbelievable. Perhaps you can teach our club how to do transfer policy very properly. Because at the end of the year, we are an absolute disgrace. Guys, I hope you agree with this, by the way. The club, the transfer policy for years is stuck in a rut. They haven't learned out. Yeah. And if they don't learn how to do transfer policy properly, right, go to Brentford Football Club, look how the way they do it, and just, follow their lead. I've got no problem selling a player if they can make lots of money. What I do have, they just browse the wrong players in. And like Joe Linton, for example, sorry, not acceptable. Big up Brentford. Looking forward to seeing the Premier this season. I can tell you now, I'll go ahead now, they're going to stay up this season.
Yep, I think they will. Peter, some decent news from Newcastle today. It looks like We've managed to get Ayer, the Dutch centre back, for £6 million. I mean, obviously they can't confirm it 100% until the transfer window's open. Although there's Sergio Aguero today standing with a freaking Barcelona top on, so it's obvious that where he's going once his contract ends at the end of this month. But Ayer looks a decent defender, and also reports that Lejeune is coming back.
Yeah, I mean, I've read about that. It's going to be interesting. So could another defender be on the way out of the football club? Could it be Fabian Schär? Although the talks that they might have extended the contract. Or could Fernandes be on his way out if he's out of contract? Yeah. And there's been no talks of an extension for him. Very interesting.
It is, because, I mean, if Lejeune comes back and we get Ayer in, then for me, they're the two that start if we go with four at the back. But it'd be very interesting to see. And Stephen, Andros Townsend linked to come back on a free as well.
Yeah, I mean, I put a tweet out. I know he was offered a 2-year deal supposedly by Newcastle. I mean, I would still take him back. I mean, I said in the tweet, Paul, he would be covered for Fraser because, Fraser would be always out injured. And I've had comments from different people on Twitter saying he would have him, he wouldn't like him. He jumped ship when we got relegated. I said, well, he was just trying to enhance his England chances when you're trying to get into the squad.
Yeah.
When he's still a cracking player, Townsend, I mean, I still like him. I don't have any bad feeling towards him when he left because he was trying to get in the England squad, and everybody who wants to do that to get into the England squad, you're going to go to a different club to try and enhance your chances.
Well, I think that's the difference, isn't it? I mean, we know why he left. We know why Wijnaldum left. I mean, look at Wijnaldum, what he's gone on to do. Absolutely fantastic. But I think, everybody knows my feelings on Ryan Fraser. I don't want him back, to be honest. I hope he sods off somewhere else. And I think Townsend could be a decent replacement. But also, that may well just, kick on Jacob Murphy as well to say, right, I'm not giving up my place for him. If that's indeed where Jacob Murphy's going to end up, or, like I've said, I wouldn't mind seeing him at right back if he does a decent job there. Kev from Big Toon Chat, after suffering some mental health issues, it's great that this show helps people stay cheerful and realise the battle can be won. Yeah, cheers, Kev. Like I said earlier on, that's one of the main reasons that I've decided to keep the show going. And also, I mean, I know Peter loves doing it. I know John loves doing it. And I know Barry loves doing it. And then obviously when Barry's at work, we get all, different lads on guesting, as Stephen is tonight. And I'm sure by the end of it, he'll have loved it, or might not, depending on what comes in through the comments. But we'll see. Ryan from Canada says, I'm sorry, Peter, but you look like Captain McRae from Wall-E. I've never seen Wall-E myself, so I've no idea who he is, Captain McRae. And then he goes on to say, Paul, you look like Wrecker from the Bad Batch. Obviously, Peter, you've seen the Bad Batch. I don't know what that is, to be honest.
Although Chippers, because Chippers not in, he wanted me to show you.
Oh, I'm sure he would have. I'm sure he did. Yeah.
Oh, bear with me a moment.
No problem. I'll read another one out. Andy, Young Ones, funny show that was. Bottom was class 2. Certainly was.
There was one of them.
Oh, that's just, he keeps on repeating himself over and over again. He's just becoming boring now, as Chippers.
Not to mention he said bloody Pat Evans from Eastern.
I know. Who was that supposed to be? Barry?
It's either you, one of yous.
Well, it can't be me. I mean, I've got any hair for a start. I can't be Pat from EastEnders. And it can't be John. So it's either you or Barry, but I wouldn't have thought it would have been you either. Lee says, love the Young Ones and Bottom, but got to admit, I just love Rick Mail, full stop. He's one of my all-time favourites. Obviously talking about the Four Horsemen thumbnail that we have for tonight's show. Kev, again, Mr. Motivator is searching for his long-lost love child and is now wanting John's address. John, please provide. So obviously, Mr. Motivator, John. I don't really want to imagine you in the tight light room, mate. I don't think that would be quite your style.
Probably. I'm not going to give him my day job. He can keep the job. And listen, like I said, I still got to lose a couple more pounds. So if he's on video, I'll
give our John. There's no on you. There's no on you, John, man. Christ's sake.
There, man.
Give our. Lee says thoughts on Christopher Ayer. Well, we've just we just discussed him. Obviously, I think it's a good signing. Hopefully long term we'll get to see the best of him. I just hope that they actually give him a chance, and not like they've done with Lejeune and things like that.
Yeah.
Go on, Peter. I know you're dying to put something up here.
Yeah, this is actually for John, which Kev sent me from a big Toon chat.
Go on then.
Oh,
Dear.
this is apparently supposed to be. Are you ready for your massage and happy ending, Jolin from John?
I don't know what's coming here. Oh my God! Look at that face, man. That's scary as. Oh dear. Lee says, do any of you collect football memorabilia? Well, everybody knows I collect football shirts. I've got a whole host of them. Peter?
Oh, I mean, I've got the 95, 96, 96, 97 shirt, the 95, 96 away shirt. Mm-hmm. And I definitely would like to collect some more of them.
So is it just shirts you really going for? Have you got like programs or badges or anything?
I think I've got some old programs from like the UEFA Cup games I used to go to,
right?
As well. So
cool.
A lot of things actually.
How about you, John? Any memorabilia that you like collecting?
I haven't done it. I used years ago, but I just haven't done it for years, Pete. So nah.
What about Joe Linton's sperm samples?
Oh
my God!
Sorry, John. I had to get that in, man. Stephen, how about yourself?
Well, I collect like programs. When I've been to Newcastle matches, I would collect the programs, the tickets from that game, and just the shirts I can get my hands on. Cause I love to expand my collection more and more shirts. I love picking up a Newcastle shirt. Like it just, even them goalkeeper tops from the 90s. I'd love to get me on a couple of those.
Oh, I know they're cracking them. The old Cernacek ones for me. The ones that Cernacek and Hislop used to wear. James says, good evening, everybody. Good evening to you, James. You'll have to come on this show and give us a song one day. Oh, he's gone again. Here we go. He's off to get a second sperm sample. James then said, what did the toaster say to the slice of bread? I want you inside me. Yeah. What's long, green, and smells like bacon? Kermit the Frog's fingers.
Well, that last week, I'm pretty sure.
And what does Pinocchio's lover say to him? Lie to me, lie to me.
I've heard that as well.
Dear God. Tom says, evening, Paul, Anne Hegarty, John, and Bazza. Well, obviously, Bazza's not here tonight. It's Stephen. I apologise for John again. I don't know where the hell he's gone. It's funny because he seems to lose. He loses a lot of connections when he's on this show. When he does his 9 billion live streams, he never seems to lose connection. Very strange that. Warren says, evening, lads. Hope you're all well and had a great bank holiday weekend. We have. But I'm sure that's going to be ruined by 10 o'clock tonight, to be honest. And I've lost all my comments again. Here we go. Lee says, have you noticed every time there's a murderer on the loose, they have that advert pop up from B&Q? This week, hatchets, half price.
Oh, Lee Evans.
Lee Evans, isn't he?
Lee Evans is fantastic.
I love Lee Evans, mate.
I've seen him twice, and brilliant as well.
I actually, both of them, I saw him at the arena. And the second time I went to see him, I actually lost a tooth because I was laughing that hard. I gritted down on my teeth and one fell out. Not a very pleasant experience.
Which shows with it? Which shows with it?
Oh, the one with the baby. It was like a Nirvana kind of thing. He had behind him. I've got the DVDs as well. I'll have to find them out.
It was Roadrunner and Monsters I've seen.
Monsters and Roadrunners, they're the ones I saw, definitely. I don't know why I'm getting a picture of a baby swimming in a swimming pool. That's a bit strange. Never mind. I'll probably have nightmares about that tonight. Trolls, good evening, matey. He says, hi, here, Paul, PD, John, and guest. Hope you're well. So that's just what you're getting known as tonight, Stephen. Just guest.
Yes, all right. Yeah. All right.
Oh, look, he's back again. Where did you sod off to get your sperm sample again?
I've got some more from Kev. I forgot to show.
Oh God!
There's another one. What do you?
Wow! Look at that, John. Look how toned you are on that photo, mate.
That looks like Sean Wallace.
Yeah. Look at it. John, seriously, man, yeah. The problem is these lookalikes. Like John's getting all these lookalikes who look like they build like brick shit houses. You know what I mean? None of them are bad for him.
Oh, Stephen, apparently, according to Billy, you look like Francis Benali.
Who? Me?
No, Stephen.
Oh, Stephen. I can see it. Yeah,
I mean,
sometimes you got a bit more stubble going on, Stephen. So he's had a shave for the show tonight.
Oh, and who else has just sent me one as well? Rob. Apparently, this is your look-alike, Paul. This time.
Oh, give our will, yeah. Is that Louis Spence?
Yeah, I believe so.
Christ's sake, man!
Yes.
I'm not even having that. I'm not even having that. Guys, I do apologise if my glasses are steaming up a lot tonight. Obviously, with it being so hot outside, and I've got the lights on for my studio. It literally is 140 degrees Fahrenheit in here today, and I'm absolutely melting. So my glasses keep steaming up. I wish I'd put my lenses in, but you learn by your mistakes.
Yeah.
Lee says the other day I bought a packet of peanuts, and on the packet it said may contain nuts. Well, fucking yes, that's what I bought the buggers for. You'd be pissed off if you opened it and a socket set fell out.
Oh yes, again, Lee Evans.
Good evening, everyone. Tom Trull's been a while. Good evening, Dave. Hope you're well. I hope the marquee's going well for the Toon Review summer party in your garden, Dave. Good evening, Andy, Kevin. Evening, ladies and gentlemen, and you, Peter. Hope your teeth are all right, Kev. Bit of chat going on here, Dave. Have you been on holiday? Been quite a long time. Christ, looks like the Ghostbusters really let themselves go. Hey, that's quite good. That could be a thumbnail. Somebody, I'll get onto Ian and see if he can do a thumbnail next week for the Four Horsemen. With obviously Barry will be back then, but just as Ghostbusters, that would be quite cool, actually. I think. Evening, Paul. Kev says comedy show Young Ones and Bottom was class, but I think that one pushes them hard. It's Friday Night Dinner. I've never watched Friday Night Dinner.
No, neither have I, actually.
Trull says Paul will, in other words, look pissed off all night. Okay. Oh, and here she comes. Paul, you're looking like the sun from the Teletubbies. This is what you call a tan, Judy. A tan. Trust me. Trolls, here, Paul J. Geordie says, evening, everyone. Looking forward to tonight's show. You sure that's Stephen and not Ian Huntley? Oh, dear.
Oh, God. That's all.
No.
Wow.
Oh,
have you ever had that one, Stephen?
No. I don't associate myself with murderers.
Oh, my God. Welcome to the Horsemen, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dave, will you stop having a chat in the bloody comments and get on with the show? You know, if you just want to talk, you talk on Twitter or something, you know? Bloody hell. There's another one. Even and Valerie, hope you're well. Oh, Bazza, fuck the fairies.
What?
I'm not sure what that's all about, Baz, but if you want to go and do that with fairies, you're welcome to it, but I didn't think they actually existed. So there you go. Geordie, at the end of the day, Paul, those haters aren't made to watch the show. So if they don't like it, they can turn it off and let the rest of us who love the show watch it. Cheers, Geordie. Thank you. Judy, again, is that a light fixture behind Steve or an assortment of love eggs?
What?
It's a lamp, actually. It's a lamp.
It's a lamp, not love eggs, Judy.
It's a lamp.
Only Judy's mind would turn to love eggs, wouldn't it, really? Come on.
No.
I mean, no way. Jesus, Judy, honestly. Paul, can you turn your face down, please, mate? I'm getting sunburnt. Paul, you're funny, mate. You're a very funny man. Very funny man. Paul says the show is all good fun. If you don't like it, fuck off to Sunderland. Well said, Paul. Well said. Bazza, haven't you got some work to be getting on with, you lazy git? Michael says, evening, everyone. Billy says, all aboard the banter bus, bollocks to the haters. Oh, God. Jade's comment next. And, oh, wow. She's been out all day, but look at this. Just got engaged. Love my Toon Review family. Congratulations to you and Emily, Jade. Honestly, absolutely fantastic news, Jade. you could have told me in private. That would have been nice, you know, being my work wife and everything. You know, I would expect better from you. But fantastic news. Well done, Jade and Emily. I'm absolutely over the moon for you. I'll start looking for a hat, shall I? Or best man's up for position, you know, I'm there, or usher, or anything to do with it. You know, you love your Toon Review family. Let's just have a big Toon Review wedding. John, I'm sure can become some kind of reverend on the internet. I mean, how good would that be? Reverend Sinclair. And then you've got Peter. He could be an altar boy or something. You know what I mean? I'm sure he could sing a few Metallica songs in the way of a church hymn. You know, I don't know. Evening all, Anthony. Here, Bazza says, get Bazza, go and do some work. Congratulations, Jade, says Billy. Bazza in the chat. Oh, who cares? He's at work. Honestly, Jade, that's fantastic news. I'm proud as punch of you. Thanks for telling us. And absolutely marvelous. Absolutely tremendous news. Everyone obviously wanting to say congrats. Andy says, Stephen, we have numbers for therapists and suitable meds that will help you get over the show in the coming days. That normally happens to people that do come on here. Congratulations, Jade, to you and your partner. Yep, you and Emily are going to be so happy together, and I know how happy you are anyway, but the fact that you're engaged is fantastic news. So again, congrats. Yeah, Dave, on a break at work. He seems to be on a constant break when he's not on the show. You know what I mean? And then he just decides that he's going to put some comments in. Woohoo, Jade says, Judy. Get lost, Judy. I'm not speaking to you tonight. Paul says, I tuned in tonight and my first thought was, fuck me, the Spice Girls are looking rough these days. Teeth. That must mean that, John, you're Scary Spice, you know, just by power of deduction. God. Dear God. Rob says, well fucking said, Paul. Andy, Judy, I thought you and Chippers were away cottaging tonight. I wasn't expecting Judy on the show, to be honest. I'm sure she told us last week she wouldn't be here, but hey-ho, I'm pleased that she is. Don't get me wrong.
She's even sent me a few jokes.
Oh, Christ almighty.
Steve Bruce and his wife are driving to the stadium when she pulls over. I need a wee. Brucey says, there's no time, just pay out the window. Unable to hold it in, she sticks her legs out the window. Oh. Meanwhile, John and Joe Linton are having a beer on the hard shoulder, waiting for the AA, when Joe Linton goes, ew, some scumbag just spat at me. Oh. John said, I think it was Leslie Ash. Should have seen the lips on the CUNT.
Oh, God almighty. Seriously, I don't think John quite gets that joke, but never mind. Michael says, didn't expect Pep to bottle the UCL final. Club spent $1 billion, then goes against what's made them good this season. Very, very strange that he obviously he's played a central defensive midfielder all season, and then decides to not go with one, Peter, for the biggest game of their their history.
I watched it and I thought Man City were didn't really turn up in the game. I thought, they were quite dirty on the night as well. I thought they were putting in a few rash tackles as well, but they just weren't up for the game. They really, really weren't, and that's very unusual considering that was Aguero's last game for the football club, and that it was all too comfortable there for Chelsea.
I thought really Chelsea was superb, though. I thought Tuchel's tactics were just superb, and they were. He outthought Pep on the night. It's as simple as that, really. Jade says she's going to get Emily a season ticket next. Good luck with that. Really good luck with that, Jade, but I don't think that's going to happen. Geordie says, John, I know Celtic are a club you follow. Is Ayer worth $6 million?
If you go back last season, they wanted between 20 and 25 million last season. And the way he's been playing at the back, I thought he's been absolutely fantastic. There's pros and cons to this guy. He brings the ball forward from the back. I think he's dynamite. I think he's good at the tackle. The problem is, though, plays against pace. He's got pace, but if he gets beat, even though he's got pace, he does struggle to get back. But for me, getting Chris Ayer for £6 million, I think it's an absolute bargain in today's market. I really do. He's young, he's talented, and I'm looking forward to seeing this guy play. I think what he's going to have to do, I think Aya is better in a back four than in a back three. And then
most of our players are, to be fair.
Say again?
Most of our players are. I prefer back four to anything else, but obviously we'll have to see what the cabbage head goes with next season.
And the thing is, you got to give the lad time. I think this guy is just a person defending that we need, and I think this guy's going to hit it off. I'll give him a couple year, and this guy is going to be an absolute superstar if he gets coached right.
Cool. Luke says, John, where is Joe Linton taking you on your romantic getaway during the summer? Clearly, he hasn't discussed it yet, as John's just deciding to. Obviously, this was the perfect moment for John to where, drop his sponsorship from Colgate there with a big, 30 seconds of just his gnashes. So, John Sinclair sponsored by Colgate. Or is it Cumgate? Jules says he is Norwegian. He's from my country. Oh, I thought he was Dutch. Oh, well, there you go. Shows how much I know. I didn't realize he was Norwegian. Jody says Aguero looks mad in a Barca shirt. I mean, yeah. Baza says Fernandez is going. Fernandez is 32. Yeah, he is. It'd be a shame. But then again, one thing about Fernandez is he lacks a bit of pace. And there's going to be a lot of pace in the Premier League next season. That's a certainty. Fernandez's contract is up, so he's on his way out of the club, especially given his age, which we know is an issue that Ashley has once players get to a certain age. Good point. Judy, police are on the lookout for a man who stole the Robot Wars backdrop. He is wearing a Metallica shirt and guffing more love you than a nightclub foam party. Peter, yeah, you could actually be presenting Robot Wars tonight, couldn't you?
Oh, because of me background.
Yeah. That's what you're saying.
Oh, my God.
Class. Michael says Sal Fraser. He's not interested in playing for us. Judy says Paul's only caught the sun because he went back to Morocco. And there you have it.
Paul.
Yes,
going back to what that comment about Fraser sort of thing. I did like me keep or sell video yesterday, right? The players I keep, the players I sell. Ryan Fraser will be right at the top of my list. I said to him, get this guy out as soon as possible because his attitude ain't right to Newcastle United. Do you know what it is? Right? I'll be quite happy selling Fraser as long as we get Joe Willock. He does not want to be at Newcastle United. Yeah. It's clear. He's putting more effort in Scotland. And when it comes back to Newcastle, he ain't going to be bothered. So get the guy out to the club. Get Joe Willock in.
Yeah.
And Joe Linton. That guy.
Did you just say get Joe Linton in? What did he say? Did he actually say that, guys, or did I? He said he just was I just hearing? Oh, there you go. He can't help it. He's battered Joe Linton in his play ratings and everything, and then he comes on tonight, and Joe Linton has to be Fraser's replacement. Wow. There you go, John. John, you can't do that, you see, because what you've just done is dumped yourself in another pile of shite, mate. Because, it's now going to get bigger in the comments again. You and Joe Linton slightly died away, but now you've just said that. That's it. That's it. I mean, Stephen, what do you think of Fraser?
I mean, he's got injured far too much this season. He's been in and out time when he has been fit. Bruce hasn't wanted to play him. And he moans on Bruce that he couldn't play ASM and Fraser both at the same time, where he'd take one off to put the other on when ASM wasn't fit and when he was injured. I mean, I like Fraser. I'm just waiting for this partnership with Wilson to click, and I think he'll come good. I want to give him a chance, but if he's not going to hit the ground running next season, then what's the point in keeping him?
Yeah, good point. Good point. I mean, it will be interesting. All it's a shame about Fraser. He definitely has quality, but it doesn't matter how much quality you've got. If your attitude stinks, then you're not going to get anywhere. And that's pretty much Fraser in a nutshell, really. Leila says, "What's your thoughts on the French squad? They're under 21, and their main team is mad of talent." Well, I don't really know about the French under 21 squad, to be honest, but I think France are going to stand a good chance in the Euros. But so this is a lot of teams this year. It's wide open for me. Executive Lounge. Wow. Welcome. Would you like to order a ticket for our lounge drinks start at $39.99? What the hell is that? I've seen some weird comments on this show, obviously over the months, but that is pretty incredible. And $39.99 for a drink. Wow. Geordie says Ryan Fraser is going to the Euros with Scotland, but when it comes to Newcastle, he seems not to be bothered. Is he another Michael Owen? Yes, he is. We know he signed for Newcastle because it's all he had, and it's all the money he had. So there you go. Rob says my mental health hasn't exactly been great, especially this last week, but this show helps me massively keep this show alive. Cheers, Rob. I know you've been a bit off, mate, this last week, but hey, you know where we are, mate. And we'll always we'll fight alongside you. So nothing stupid. Just turn to someone before you even cross that path, mate, because you're well thought of. And let's not be doing that again, okay? Annie's with us. Good evening, Annie. And of course, every single person in the chat has to say hello again, Annie. Judy says definition of irony: Paul getting more piercings than Jesus Christ, and then getting crucified in the chat. I've actually haven't got my ear one in tonight. I couldn't sleep with it in last night for some reason. I took it out, but I've got some hoops, I've got some studs, and I might just put a black stud back in. But Judy, I don't know what I've done to you or in a previous life, but piss off. Andrew says I'm currently in the hot tub with Joe Linton and his pubes are dripping wet. Whoa, God, Archer. Why would you want to be in the hot tub with Joe Linton?
Oh, he wants me to show you a picture of his hot tub as well.
Oh, God.
Hold on.
Yeah, it's a little bit difficult, Pete, because it's going right through your phone.
Hold on.
Oh, God.
I might have to turn the green screen off at the moment.
Oh, my God. He's got his wig on as well, and the mankini.
Yeah. Do you not hear what he did as well?
No.
Rather than let it heat up, he just went in straight away and he apparently froze his bollocks off.
Literally froze his bollocks.
Because he thought, it's water's in, it's ready to go. I'm in there.
You've got to let it heat up, man. Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Oh, God. That's just Archer all over that. Like, Annie says, Jade, congrats. Anthony says he's seen more fat on a chips, John. So really, he's on about your diet really being ridiculous. Oh, who is this guy? Seriously.
God.
Tonight, I'm as red as Joe Linton's ring piece after John smashed it with his anaconda. Right. I'm not red. I may look a bit red. It's actually brown. So there you go. But who is this Lee Charnley? Somebody must know who this person is.
God.
Right? Because somebody set him up and set me up rather terribly. But if anyone knows who it is, pass me the message. Your Dave says, Annie. Gary says, good evening, guys. To the top right, can you not get a bigger cup than the one you're drinking out of? Yeah. All Peter's cups were last seen in the final Indiana Jones film when they were looking for the I can't remember the name of the film. It was but they were
Skull.
The what? Sorry, mate.
Crystal Skull.
It was something like that, wasn't it? And they were searching for a tankard like that. So, Peter, there you go. Obviously, they're worth a lot of money because they've been sourced from the biggest, historical digs ever in this on this planet. So well done. Hey, Troll. Oh, here we go again with a little conversation saying hello to everybody. Well, Jesus. Lee Charnley's back again. They call him John. Now I remember when we used to call him Fash. John Fashanu. Aha.
Oh.
You do actually. I could get away with that one, yeah. Archie says Joe Linton's currently hard after Steve Bruce gives him a good happy ending. Lee Taylor says John likes collecting Brazilian sausages. I know that. Billy says John Sinclair tonight live and direct from Faulty Towers dining room. Quality, Billy. Quality. Troll says talking about long lost sons, Paul. Sorry, Paul, had to be done. Oh, kiss my ass, Trolls, will you? I used to like him as well. There's a lot of people stab me in the back on this show. You know what I mean? They have, honestly. They really have. They stabbed me right in the back. And I've lost me. See what happens now. I've lost me. I'm seeing stuff about John's mattresses and stuff like that. Oh God Almighty! Kevin said John just popped out for a gargle.
Oh!
T-Bone says I've been a Juve fan for over 25 years. And this is one of my favourite shows out of all the football channels. It's a real gem. Glad I found it. Keep up the good work, guys. Ignore the haters. Thank you very much, T-Bone. I really appreciate that, mate. And better luck to Juventus next season on winning the title. John's off to sort Joe Linton out. Bazza says Paulie's collected all his butt plugs over the years with Joe Linton, from the small to the extra large and then to the extreme. Dear me. Dear me, Barry. Oh, God. Executive Lounge says, who the fuck is that in the bottom right-hand corner? He looks like someone out of Prison Break. Stephen, you're not getting away with it lightly tonight, my friend. You knew what you were saying.
And shoot where the sun don't shine.
Yep.
How about that?
You know what you were in for tonight, Stephen?
Yeah, I know.
Kev says John's been in the sun a bit too long. Oh, God Almighty! You know that's Kev, John. You know who Kev is.
I do. He's a great guy. He's a great guy.
Yeah, he is. That John fella is looking clean and sharp, apparently, says Executive Lounge. John always looks clean and sharp, but he's got that many fucking sponsors on this show. He's got polish for his head. He's got a bloody condom as a jumper. He's got, Colgate for his teeth, Optrex for his eyes. I mean, how many sponsorships do you freaking need? You know what I mean? Ollie says, what does Pinocchio's lover say to him? Tell me Sunderland are a big club. She'd be enjoying herself then. Oh, Judy says, John's mattress is covered in so much dried love goo, it is cocooned like a butterfly. Scientists are worried it will hatch into an alien with jizz for blood.
Oh man.
Oh my God! Seriously, Judy, I don't know what planet Judy's on. Yeah. Peter looks like he's about to send an airstrike on Baghdad with that headset on. Dear me! Oh God Almighty! Kevin says, "Fucking away working today. Was on way back from Midlands, and the A64 was chocker. Get away." By the way, Kev is our weekly A64 correspondent. Let's hope they spend some money on the Wesley bastards. John, have you finished your gargle? Bazza says, "Baby in the Swimming Pool" is a famous album cover, Paul. I know it was Nirvana's, but I was thinking of something. There was one Lee Evans show with some kind of water in the background. I know there was.
When he did it from the O2, because because he sweats that much on stage.
Yes.
They were doing the little thingy that he was in.
I knew there was something. I definitely remember watching the show. Yeah. With a similar background. Andy says, Peter, which drain are you lying on this week? And are you still drinking out of Megatron?
Got the same background. I'm drinking out the Iron Maiden one this time.
Archie says, Joe Linton is currently in Steve Bruce's hot tub and the bubbles are currently coming out his arse. Oh dear God. Joe said Sunderland is going places, just wait and see. They will keep going down the leagues. I find it hilarious about Sunderland, actually. I mean, the stick they give us earlier on the season saying, there'll be a time we had Derby in the Championship next season, and it makes me laugh because, how bizarrely that is really changed. I mean, I know we were saying it ourselves, but, it's more funny when we look back and have a laugh about the Sunderland fans. Gary says, how do men like John and Joe Linton exercise on the beach? By sucking in their stomachs every time they see a bikini. I must have you seen that little meme that went around ages ago with a really fat guy? He was in on one of these deck chairs on the beach with his mate having a pint, and he sucked his stomach in when he saw this woman walk past with a bikini on. And then just as the woman got towards the table, he couldn't hold it in any longer, and his belly popped out the table, went flying, and the drinks and everything. It was hilarious. Really funny. Jordy says Nirvana's album cover. Yep. Thanks for that. Executive Lounge says, congratulations, you have won a free pass to our lounge. What drinks would you like? We have cocktails, beer, wine, spirits, whiskey, cider, etc. We also have snacks on like crisps and burgers. I really don't understand where this is going. Have we just stepped on an A380? Are we heading to Dubai or somewhere nice like that on an airplane? That would be quite cool, wouldn't it? Doing the Four Horsemen from the first class lounge of the Emirates Airlines. Could be. That's the one. Couldn't spell it. Bruce is the greatest of all time, says Mike Sacked. We know that Mike Sacked is a big Steve Bruce fan, but we also know that he's a Mackham. So there you go. Rob said, tuned in to see the Four Horsemen, wasn't expecting a reunion of the village people. Seriously. Honestly, you're so funny. No, Mike Sacked, he is a goat. Yeah. John, I'm not sure what sort of... Are you doing YMCA there? YMCA. John, have you not learned on this show to just sit still and do nothing? You know, seriously. I mean, you know, people have eyes, John. They can see what you're doing, and you will get punished for it. Kevin says, aye, teeth are good, Paul. Not falling out lately. Friday night dinner, lads. Watch on catch-up TV. I binge-watched in lockdown last year. I hadn't even heard of it. My lads say it's our family. I will have to give it a watch, actually, I think. Geordie says, what's the difference between God and Steve Bruce? God doesn't think he's Steve Bruce. Good one. Tom says, question, lads, when the fixtures come out, what team will you be looking forward to for first game? Stephen, we'll start with you on that one. Who are you looking out? Who would you like to see Newcastle play first game of the season?
I'd like to say probably the Brentford at home.
Wow!
Just to say what you like, I would say Brentford.
Cool. I mean, that would really start Steve Bruce off on a high standing if we drop points against Brentford on the first day. Holy shit! John, how about yourself?
I'll be quite happy taking a home game. So for me, I'd take Brentford or any of the promoted teams, Brentford, Norwich or Watford. For me, I'd take... I'll go for Brentford first, to be fair.
Just to pick you up on that, John, I watched a show, one of your many, many shows earlier this week, and I heard you say that you think Watford will survive.
I think they will. I think they will. I mean, they've got some good players there, and I just got a feeling they're going to stay, and they're going to get the job. They probably finish about 15th or 16th, Watford, but for me, I think they just about do it.
John, ladies and gentlemen, he has clearly gone insane.
I think
Peter, how about you? Who would you like to see first game of the season?
I wouldn't mind one of the promoted teams as well. So see how we could kick the season off.
Yeah,
and see where it goes from there. But I don't know if it's going to be the same old from where past season gone if Steve Bruce is still which is what I'm expecting.
Only time will tell on that. Anthony says Stephen looks like Bentaleb.
Take that.
Aye, obviously he has. He's sitting there in his mansion with his big posh love egg lamp behind him and his lovely cream sofa, specially painted by Joe Linton. Gary says if Baz wanted to do that with the fairies, he'd be in Dreamland still. Fairies equals haters. How did you not get that? Barry, it's been a long day, mate. As you can see, you know, the sun kissed and all that. Dave says, I got as soon as you posted it, mate. Well, you would, Dave. Just get on with building that bloody marquee, will you? Tom says, John, I see you're not in the pink bedroom tonight.
Pink?
Yeah, we know about the pink bedroom, John. We saw it last week, mate.
Tonight.
Yeah,
I think I'd like to change the views. I think down here is better for me. Downstairs, I think this is much.
Well, to be honest, John, I mean, there's not many rooms where there's not going to be, you know, dirty filled condoms or love eggs or, you know, lube lying around your house. There must be full of everything in that house by now. You know, you need to get the cleaners in, mate. Andy says, Barry, get back to work, you fat shit. Wow. Oof. Fair enough. Tom says, congratulations, Jade. Bazza says, cheers, Dave. Glad someone is awake. Emily, sorry, Paul, you can have her. Excuse me. You've just been engaged. You shouldn't be trying to pass her on to anybody else at the minute, Emily. But congratulations to you as well. Glad you're watching the show. And, you know, get a season ticket, man. Get yourself in the games. We'll have a laugh before we go to the game and all that. So get yourself into football, Emily. That's what you need to do. And then you can get yourself on the show with Jade and have a laugh. But seriously, congratulations. It's fab news. Jade, then, Paul is my best man.
Oh,
Yeah, Paul.
Thanks, honey. That's what I needed to hear. It's made me smile. Judy says Paul's got sunburn because he went back to Morocco to sign up our new Moroccan striker, Fez Ferdinand. Oh my God. Fez Ferdinand.
Oh, I want to show you something else, Paul. Someone called Steve has just tagged me in a post on Twitter.
Go on,
and he said, "Is Paul okay?" So I'm guessing he sent a photo of something. Oh my God. Jesus. Oh my God.
Oh, kiss my freaking ass. Listen, right? Nah, not having it. I don't actually look like that, to be honest, because I did have my shirt off and stuff like that. So, I don't actually have sunburn for once. What am I for once? I don't burn. Apart from my feet. I don't know why that is. You know what? There was once I went to Mallorca and I stupidly, right, for some reason, took a pair of Crocs. We all know what Crocs are, right? And the holes in them. I left them on, right? And next day, I literally had white spots all over my feet because my feet tanned. My feet brown spots on white feet because where the holes were in the Crocs actually sort of tanned my feet in little spots, and I looked ridiculous. Dave says, Jade, fantastic news. Congratulations. That's made my night. What more than this show, Dave? I tell you what, lads, he's sending us some hurtful insults tonight, is Dave. Jade engaged. John, be gutted. Congrats. Congrats, Jade. Paul says Sean Wallace's nickname on the chase is the Dark Destroyer, which coincidentally is Joe Linton's name for John. Yes. This could be an advert for 4 stages of balding. Oh, really? Really?
Oh.
I mean, I can see his point. I mean, Stephen's got a head of hair there. Peter, yours is on its way. Mine is pretty much on its way, and John's is literally not there. So, yeah, that's not bad. Congratulations, Jade. Brilliant news. And then, what's happened there? Where's me? Right. Seriously, I'm getting annoyed now. I'm getting annoyed with Streamlabs. They just can't seem to hold the comments. Stephen just needs a green army jacket, and he could be Robert De Niro in Taxi Driver.
Okay. Thanks, Paul.
How come he's getting all the good ones here? Robert bloody De Niro. Yeah. And I got Bam Bam Bigelow last week, for God's sake, and he's getting Robert De Niro. It's starting.
Paul.
Kevin, love the way that joke went straight over John's head. Most of them do, Kev, if you watch.
Wow.
John will be staring at the screen and a really funny joke will come up, and like 3 hours later, John will laugh. But remember, there's a delay to where John is, because obviously he broadcasts from all over the world, and he's in Faulty Towers tonight, so I don't know where the hell that is. Stephen looks like Trigger and Shergar's offspring from Only Fools and Horses. What the hell?
Shergar? Who's Shergar? Only Fools and Horses, like.
I know.
And Kev has just sent me this. It says, apparently supposed to say, hello, John, because with John's teeth on camera of the time. The horse.
Yeah, definitely. Judy says, I was meant to be in work today, but someone needed a shift swap, so my Saturday is occupied. But on the plus side, I get to give you all my love and attention. Well, thank you, Judy.
Judy's just sent me this of you. This literally looks like you, Stephen. I don't know who the hell that is.
That looks like Simon Cowell after a few pies, doesn't it?
Doesn't it?
Warren says, congratulations, Jade. Fantastic news. Anthony says, Pep got bruised during Steve calling him to wish him best luck for the final. Bazza says, have a good show, guys. Back to work now. Next break, 10:30. Joe says, PD, where did you get the Metallica tankard, please? Any help appreciated. He did actually put that comment on the show last week, but I didn't actually know.
EMP magazine.
Wow. Okay. There you go.
Do a lot of good stuff on there.
Yep, there you go, Joe. So you'll know where that's from now. So get yourself on there. Joe says Bruce needed a brain transplant, but no Neanderthals left. Wow, that's a bit harsh. Congress, Jade, and your partner. David, you haven't got your glasses on again because you meant to say congrats.
Oh, no.
But again, David's probably on top of the Tyne Bridge on a deck there. He probably thinks he's on South Shields Beach or something, but he's really just sitting. He's climbed up on top of the Tyne Bridge again with a deck chair because he's not wearing his glasses. So you know that's where he'll be now. Judy says absent tonight is the terrorist El Baza, who was on the run after sinking the Princess Tuxedo. He claims it wasn't malicious. He was drilled too many glory holes in the hull. Oh God Almighty! I mean, Judy's infatuated with these. Baz's glory holes. Billy says Joe Linton went back to John's for some action. Joe said I need to go to the loo, and John said you'll have to go in the sink or you'll wake up my mum. 10 minutes later, Joe returned and said, "Where's the bog roll?"
Oh,
me.
Oh my word!
Oh dear God. Wow. I mean, seriously.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
extreme.
Oh, that is brilliant. James Brown says, "Where's Warsaw? In Warshed?"
Oh God!
Quality. Jade said, "Thank you so much, everyone. Toon review wedding. Dave, get your marquee out." Exactly. We all know that Dave lives in a big mansion and has a massive garden that can fit at least 150 guests. So get cracking on that, Dave. Kevin says Chelsea defence was class. Rudiger, Chilwell, Reece, class. Kante, masterclass. Mason Mount. Rudiger wasn't dirty, just hard. I'll come on to him.
Oh God!
Some big games when players go toe-to-toe with De Bruyne, egos missing. That challenge on De Bruyne was disgusting. Thank you very much. I'd just like to say that. Nobody can tell me that was just a collision. Rudiger knew exactly what he was doing. And it just so happens the impact literally bust open De Bruyne's face. I don't know one person that I've spoken to that thinks that was just a normal accidental clash, because Rudiger literally should have been playing ice hockey there. It was just, I mean, anybody agree with that, or am I talking bollocks?
No, I think you're right. I mean, he deserved to get. In my opinion, I watched it again. He knew what he's doing. I agree with you, Paul. He knew what he's doing, and they took De Bruyne out of the game. And if you take him out of the game, what do City have? They haven't got much. I thought they were poor Saturday, man. One shot on target, and like I said, Chelsea were class. For man, they were absolutely fantastic. I thought Kante again outstanding.
Kante is something else, isn't he? I mean, what a player he is. What a player Kante is.
World class. And I tell you, he played well. He's not going to get mentioned a lot. That's Reece James.
He had Sterling in his pocket the whole game, like, undoubtedly.
Best game he's played in Josh's shirt.
Yep, undoubtedly. But I really like Mason Mount, mind. He is a tremendous youngster. He England could build a team around him. You know what I mean? He's just fantastic. He needs to play in the world in the Euros without a doubt. Gary says, "What's the smartest thing that John could say?" My Joe Linton says so.
Okay.
Kevin says Aguero is off on holiday to Barca, where it's easy. Going fair play to him. He's been a class act, but not picked the Champions League trophy up for Pep. Totally fucked it up, did Pep? Yeah, he seems to be getting a lot of hammer, Stephen, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, Paul, at the start of the show, the way he set up in that Champions League game, the way it's been working for him in the season, where he walked the league and he walked the thing he won, and the player like that in Champions League final, the competition you haven't actually won, it was unbelievable. For a great manager, what Pep Guardiola is, it was a stupid idea to play like that.
Yeah. I can't believe it, me. I mean, honestly, they were so bad. But I mean, you know, that's just the way it goes. I mean, Peter, what did you make? I mean, who was your star performer in the Champions League final?
There's quite a few of them from the Chelsea squad. Kante, definitely. Mm-hmm. It's hard to pick, because I thought a lot of that Chelsea players were brilliant on the night as well. I mean, you could tell they wanted it more. Man City just did not. Yeah. So it's a really hard one there. I think I'll go with Kante. I mean, he was outstanding.
Kante, right? John, how about you?
I'm gonna say Kante, and also I will go for. This is going to be a surprise to you guys. I'm going to say when he came on, I'm going to say Christensen as well.
Yeah, I was actually very impressed with him. I thought he did I was a bit worried when Silva had to go off, but it was just an incredible performance, really. I mean, he's had his critics a lot this season, hasn't he? But he's done well.
He has. I mean, since Thomas Tuchel came in as manager, everyone stepped up. I mean, you got for sort of fan Lampard, but at the end of the day, this is a Lampard team. But Tuchel just tweaked it in there, and the players respond to him. And one thing I've got to say before you go on about Tuchel, right? I don't know if you saw it, but he ripped the fans up as well.
I was loving that. Absolutely loving that.
Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. You if a manager does that to the fans are going to love you for that. You can't see a manager doing that.
No. To be honest, could you ever see Steve Bruce wouldn't even run down the touchline as it is, never mind anything else. We have been linked with Tammy Abraham coming on loan. I mean, does that excite anybody?
I'm not really fussed about Tammy Abraham, to be honest. I know he hasn't got a chance at Chelsea. He's been out on loan at different clubs. I just don't think it's a go myself. Like, we should be going for somebody a lot better than Tammy Abraham. A Chelsea's reject in a sense. I think we should be aiming higher for somebody better than him. Yeah,
good point. Very, very good point. Just bear with us a second. Peter, what's your thoughts on Abraham?
It's a funny one, isn't it? It's a strange one. We could do.
He did score goals last season, didn't he?
He did. I think we need someone back up to Callum Wilson. I must say, because honestly, Gail, Karl, Joe Linton, they're not the answer. You need someone who's going to help get the goals if, Wilson does get another injury.
I mean, I'd be more confident with Abraham up front than I would Joe Linton. So, right. Those of you who've been, I've said plenty over the months that I've got a golden retriever, and everybody says, "Oh, show us a photo of your dog." I actually have 2 dogs now because I went out and bought a Shih Tzu on Sunday. 8-week-old, and looks like at the minute it looks like an Ewok from Star Wars. Obviously, that wasn't bought for me. That was for the girls. So it looked very interesting. Me being 6'5", walking an Ewok. But as we know, my dream dog is a Rottweiler, which I haven't managed to get yet. But this is Elsie, my golden retriever.
Oh,
and she is lush. And John, you cannot tell me that looking at that, you can still say that cats are better than dogs. I am not having it.
Well, I do get on well with cats. I mean, some of the dogs.
I know you like your pussy, John. You mentioned that a few times.
I love. Don't get us wrong. I do like little ones, but big ones, I'm not too keen on them. If I'm honest with you. Sorry.
Why?
Well, Joe Linton's got a big one, so
get in, Stephen. Nice one.
Doesn't agree with me.
Thomas says, "All right, lads. As PD fell down the stairs in a car park. Great show, lads. Everton fan. Cheers, Thomas. It does look like a drain, though, Peter, doesn't it?
It does. I went for a heavy metal style background with the tight.
Right. That makes sense now. Judy says Steve got sore eyes from trying to force himself on Miggy and catching a face full of pepper spray. What? Oh, Stephen, you will not escape Judy's wrath. She is evil. Paul says Paul's looking like the unholy offspring of Hellboy and Lee Charnley. Wow, that's Paul. I really don't like you. Even and everyone, says Thomas. Troll says John was looking for a job on a fishing boat and ended up being the masturbator. Senshi says so. Ryan won't win Willock's award. No, he won't. Sorry, John. What did you say?
No. I've got a job, but this will be the last job I'll be doing.
James says the other week when John had that old chair in the background, did any of you realise the Joe Linton poster and the baby wipes near it? I wonder why. Well, personally, James, it's not something I look for when I look at pictures. Certainly with John, you never know what to expect. Gary says men are like snowstorms. You never know when he's coming, how many inches you'll get, or how long he will last. But John plus Joe Linton. Steve says, Paul, have you had an audition to play the lead role in Disney's new Christmas movie, Rudolph 2021?
He's not happy with that, though.
Oh my god!
That's a cracker. That's a cracker.
That's a brilliant.
Paul says, word has it that PD's memorabilia collection is used jock straps from the training ground.
What?
Oh, Andy says John has Joe Linton on the brain. I'd love to see their sex dungeon. I bet it's like a bat's cave. Oh my god, that's terrible. Ollie says, Paul, are you doing any shows for the Euros over the next few weeks? Yes. Me and Jade will be doing match reactions and stuff, so there'll be plenty on there. Just keep an eye on the channel or my Twitter page, and we'll let you know. I'm going to get Peter on. I'm going to get John on, and Stephen. Now you'll be guesting on a couple as well, hopefully. So we'll be doing a big Euros thing, but we will be doing an NUFC quiz over the summer as well on the Toon Review. So we are expecting Peter to be taking part. John will be taking part, and so will Stephen, I'm sure, testing their knowledge on Newcastle United. That will probably start I would think after the Euros die down and there's not a game every day, because obviously, you know, people want to watch the European Championship. So the quiz will probably take place after that, but there will be prizes. So it'll be a good laugh as well, a really good laugh. So stay tuned for that. James says, I hope that $39.99 drink isn't council pop. I really hope not. Kevin says, well said, Stephen. Good player is Fraser, same as Shelby, but attitude stinks. Two good players, and if they weren't at the Toon, where would they be? And as for Owen, he's just a greedy little twat. Yeah, he's not very well thought of. Ryan says, I'd like to see Rate My Takeaway versus Steve Bruce in a kebab race.
Oh, I've heard of that lad fella who does the Rate My Takeaway channel.
Yeah. I'm going to have to watch that because I've heard a lot about it. Judy says, Andrew's looking sexy. Who's Andrew? And then Andrew looks good. Who's Archer, man? It's Archer in the tub that Peter showed. I was wondering who the hell they were talking about there. Archer looking as crazy as ever. James says, I know who Lee Charnley is. It's some bloke called Paul Ditchburn. Right, this Lee Charnley stuff needs to stop, right? Because I don't look anything like him. I'm about 6 foot bigger than him. You know, I don't look like Penfold out of Danger Mouse. You know, there's a lot of things that just me and him don't associate with. So sod off with your Lee Charnley shit. Thomas says John Joe Linton and Bruce had Joe Linton's diarrhea on toast instead of Nutella. That's wrong, Thomas. That's just wrong in every way. Kevin says, look at Peter's bingo wings, fucking guns on it.
What? Is he gonna put me on?
I mean, he calls them bingo wings first, and then he says you've got guns, mate. So you know, I don't know how to take that, whether it's a compliment or a pay take. But never, I'd take it as a compliment, mate. Troll says, I have to wash my eyes after seeing that photo of Archer. Many people always do, mate. Luke says, didn't realize Rudolph was hosting the show tonight. Did Santa give you time off? That's just not funny. That's just not funny. I mean, stop laughing. Don't laugh at these jokes about Rudolph because they're not funny.
Well, Billy again has been sending me more
God
photos.
Almighty.
He said, Paul, that looks like you.
Oh, come on.
There was another one. Apparently, Paul, when he had his own cartoon. Oh.
Can't see it, Pete. Oh, is that Hong Kong Fooey?
That's Deputy Dog.
Deputy Dog? I thought it was Hong Kong. Is that not Hong Kong Fooey?
That's what Hong Kong Fooey.
It'll probably be Deputy Dog. To be honest, I don't care. It's all bullshit. Honestly, I'm not even looking at my my messages on Twitter. I'm really not, because it's just a whole load of abuse. Andy says, I thought Pete was drinking from a Nissan Micra last week.
And Andy apparently has just sent me this. Paul, this is you in 4 years, apparently. Oh, my God.
Gandhi, really? 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 Annie says, I bet Lee Charnley is Paul as well. Annie, seriously. Peter, you looking a bit red on your bunce there when you put your head down. Do that again.
Wow. I think I've caught the sun a bit high.
Yeah, it's funny what a green screen does, isn't it, to hide your burn. Kay Foster says, love the Metallica t-shirt. Well said, T-Bone, up the Juve. Did I mishear, or did Paul just say he's thinking of putting a black stud in his ear? I guess it's the piercing. Yes, it's the piercing, not some, John Sinclair lookalike. Let's get it right here. Judy says, sad news, but I found out today that every time Newcastle lose, domestic abuse goes up 60% amongst fans. What's scary is this is solely John beating Joe Linton with his rectum ripper for not scoring.
Oh!
Oh! Oh, man.
Rectum ripper. Rectum ripper.
Word.
I mean, Jesus Christ. David's back again from the Tyne Bridge. Hi, Paul. I still get stick off business plan. Look, just block him, man. Just block him. He's an idiot. The older John gets, the more sponsorships. That seems to be the case. James says, John and Joe Linton have spent the day in York visiting the dungeons and enjoying the sun. Rob says the Lee Evans show was called Big. That's it.
Yes.
It was Big, Peter. It was before Monsters and Roadrunner. That's where I remember it from.
That.
Yeah. Annie says Sunderland in the same league as Morecambe. I mean, that's hilarious. That, like, I mean, honestly,
that's brilliant.
Paul, you look. Yeah, Paul, you look like Mohammed of Morocco when he got the vaccine.
You're getting done already tonight, Paul, aren't you?
Just a bit.
Speaking of the vaccine, I had my first one on Saturday, and my God, I felt like afterwards.
Did you try having the AstraZeneca one, mate? Honestly,
that one.
I got bad again at the weekend, and I thought I was, I thought with what happened to that radio presenter, because from Radio Newcastle, she died of blood clots after the AstraZeneca one, and then I'm thinking, I started getting a pounding head, I was aching all over, and I thought, hang on, this is like 9-10 days after my second jab. I thought I was having I thought I was dying Saturday night. It was terrible, but I think I was just sunstroke, to be honest, but never mind. Billy says, what is the Sunderland goalkeeper's favourite colour?
God.
Indigo.
Indigo.
Annie says, I lived in Dubai. I'll let you know. Annie's been everywhere, hasn't he? He's back again, Lee Charnley. It's set to be really windy at St James's Park next season. Mind you, it's not the first time I've blown a gale. Oh my God. James says, congratulations to former Newcastle under-23 player Liam Gibson and Morecambe on getting promoted to League One. Yeah, well done to Liam, obviously on loan. Lee Charnley, kiss me, please.
What?
Some strange people watch this show. Kevin says, Dave, regarding the business plan, take no notice, mate. Just sad twat. Just block him. Block him. Peter looking resplendent tonight as the Oracle of Benidorm. I know what he means. I know. Judy says, why can't Newcastle United or Sunderland FC extract coal? Because though Joe Linton has a deep shaft, it's Adam Johnson who has all the miners.
Oh my God. He's gone.
God. Ooh.
He's lost it.
Shit.
Oh,
Breathe.
oh
I'm
my
so getting taken off the air on this channel. Oh my God. Judy, man, seriously, holy crap. Flaming hell. I didn't even read that
Don't
through. I
walk
just
away,
read it
got
out.
enough. Don't walk up, he got enough.
Where's he gone?
He's had enough.
Oh, he's off to get another sperm sample. Anthony says, I thought John was having a fit then due to an overload of Joe Linton's sex wee in his system. Fuck's sake, it's getting worse. It's getting worse. All of our VIP members have waiter service all night long. You can select a meal and 2 drinks. Oh, what the fuck is this? I mean, seriously. Who's coming to the Burton Albion game on July the 30th? Yeah, massive pre-season games for us, lads. I mean, you know, York, Harrogate, and Burton Albion. It doesn't get bigger than that. Gary says, "Oh dear, Paul, and how is life like?" Oh dear, Paul, and how is life like toilet paper? You're either on a roll or taking shit from someone. That's a good point.
I've heard that joke. I've heard that joke. Yes.
Ryan says Leeds' first game would be magical. Magical. Wow. James says, remember when we beat Brentford 3-1 in the Championship? Never did I think they would be playing Premier League in a new stadium. They have progressed so well over the last few years. Thoughts on Atsu to Huddersfield?
Player time to get rid of.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah. Wish you well. Listen, what Bill will say, he needs to play football. I mean, come on. I mean, he's a couple of seasons and he hasn't been picked. He's been picking on wages and that. Okay, it's not his fault. He's on big money. He's on, 40 grand a week, I think he's on. So he's going to sit there thinking, you know what? I'm just going to hang up. I'm just going to hang back sort of thing, take the money, and then we're going to go on free. He goes away. Savier's gone as well, I think.
Yeah. Well, Xavier was always going to go. I mean, they weren't going to extend his contract with her. And he says Watford will survive. I agree with John. They have a lot of quality, but you never know with Watford's owners and their managerial sackings. This from a man, ladies and gentlemen, who said Sam Allardyce is a good manager.
He was saying that on my show on him.
That's where I got it from.
Friday.
I watched the show. Terrible thing to say. He should be ashamed of himself.
Manager. Yes.
Yeah, he should be ashamed of himself for coming out with that crap. And he give yourself a slap. In fact, better still, have a walk to your bathroom, open the toilet, and take your face for a shit. James says Stephen is a better footballer than Bentaleb. That was met with an air of silence. Thomas says, all right, lads, has PT fell down the stairs in a car park? Great show, lads. Do you think Ryan looks like Scotty Evil from Austin Powers? He's talking about Canadian Ryan. And yes, I do. Anything to take the heat off me, to be fair. Kevin says, that's funny. When Peter looks forward to next season and he just sighs a big snort. Sounds like red rum after winning the National. He's called Stephen now. I remember when he was Adam Johnson.
No!
Wow!
No!
Wow!
Big!
Below the belt, that
Wow.
well below the belt.
Ooh. So low. Welcome to the Horsemen, Stephen. I'll keep saying it, mate.
Well, Stephen, Rob sent me this lookalike called. I don't know who he is. Hold on.
Who is that?
Baron Cohen.
Wow. Oh, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah. How do you not know who he is, Peter?
I can't remember the top of my head.
Well, that's because it's that fucking red. Executive Lounge is back again. I'm just not sure what the hell that's all about. James says Joe Linton reckons it's better downstairs as well when he's around John. I bet he does. Not yet. Anybody probably will. Not sure what that means. Ryan, the Chelsea fan. Hi, Paul. Got back from Porto. It was great. Abramovich bought out our hotel. Got to talk and take photos of the players. King Havertz, UCL champs. Next is the Premier League. Yeah, that's what an owner does. Spends all his money, like paying for the hotel for the fans and everything. Absolutely amazing gesture. No matter what you think of Abramovich, to do that was just incredible. Ollie says, with the first game of the season question, remember we performed crap in those games early in the season against sides we should beat. Huddersfield 2017, Cardiff 2018, Norwich 2019. Perform crap in the first game to performing crap all season. It doesn't really matter, does it? Whether it's first game, middle of the season, or last game, we are shit. And he says, "Okay, thanks." I'm not sure who he's saying thanks to. This bollocks conversation that's going on in the chat, it's crazy. Great avatar, good Judy. Did Paul say cocks with holes in them? What the? James says Costa del Sacristan Front Street must be hotter than Ghana today. It's just not funny. It's just not funny. Thanks, hon. What that? Kevin says Spotty feet, Paul, better than Spotty dick that John's had passed on from Big Joe. Wow. Cuts like a knife. There's somebody called Sausage watching tonight, so good evening, Sausage. Mark says, "Don't worry, Bam Bam." Oh, here we go. Here we go. James says, "DG Bam Bam Bigelow in the top left-hand corner." Boom, boom. They're all cracking funny tonight, aren't they? Absolute bollocks. Gary says, "What do you get when you cross a dick with a potato? A dictator?"
Oh.
Right, I'm just not reading Executive Lounge out anymore because it's just like talking about VIP rooftop lounges now. So James says, "Looks like Simon Cowell after a few McDonald's." Yeah, that was the one that showed up. Thomas says, "John and Joe Linton had a roast dinner yesterday. Bruce asked what type of gravy it was, and Joe Linton said, 'It's my diarrhea.'" That's just sick. EMP, check it out. Luke says, "Shit, I've lost something in the dark. John, can I borrow your teeth to find it?" Quality. I like that one. Paul says, "Does PD ever go in the sun? He's that pale. He looks like he's just got back from a heavy metal bukkake party."
I think it's me later.
Andy says, "EMP magazine or Forged in the Mountains of Mordor." Where's Mordor? Is that out of Harry Potter or some Lord of the Rings?
Lord of the Rings.
I've never seen that. John is making 2 songs. First called Up, Up, Up. Second, That's Far Enough. Thomas says, "Congratulations, Jade." James says, "Joe Linton reckons it stings in the fields of gold." Is that the key code for something, John?
999.
Oh, God almighty.
Ladies
and gentlemen, we have Alan Pardew with us tonight. Hello, everyone. It's been a pleasure to be in this live stream with you all. I hope you're all well. As for me, it's been a tough few years in the wilderness. I hope I can manage you again in the Premier League. Well, thanks very much, Alan, for getting in touch. I appreciate that. James says, "Matty Longstaff apparently wants to leave Newcastle because of that game time. Which team do you think he would suit?" Stephen?
I would like him to say it's Newcastle. I think that's his club. I wouldn't like to see him play for anybody else because I can understand why he wants to leave. He's been unfairly treated when he's obviously fallen out with Bruce, the cabbage head. But he's been obviously being promised at the start to say he's going to get game time. He was given a number 4 shirt. You expect him to play games. He hasn't. He's hardly played this season. Even Sean to say. Sean just recently got back in the team. It's for a team. I would say a team in the Championship would probably suit Matty Longstaff.
Yeah. I mean, it's clear that he's not going to get many games under Steve Bruce. I think that's blatantly obvious. And I can't see that changing next season, to be honest, either. Kevin says, or maybe I just don't like the ginger git. I think it was a boom have that. Don't think he meant to put him into next week. Oh, I was talking about Rudiger's challenge. Where do you guys think Save will end up? Does anybody really care?
Get off the wage bill.
Yeah.
Who cares?
I can't say I'm really fussed where he ends up, to be honest, Thomas.
He's go back to France. I
Yeah.
think he'll end up going back to France. He's another one to make a milk in the club as well. What's it? He's on 40, 50 grand a week. 2 loan deals. When he came back compared against West Ham, everyone's been up saying, whoa, he's back, he's back. And then after the West Ham game, they haven't heard from him from under Rafa Benitez.
Yeah, but that wasn't Savé's fault. I thought he actually did well when he came back.
He did.
You know, he scored a belting free kick as well, didn't he? And I just don't understand what happened with him. I thought he did all right, but hey ho. Billy says, I thought Rudiger should have been sent off. Even managed to connect with his face mask. Knew exactly what he was doing. I really agree. Steve Bruce is with us, ladies and gentlemen. Evening, everyone. It's a wonderful pleasure to be part of this live stream with the wonderful Pard Spew. Wow.
Okay.
Thomas says, I swear Kante is such a nice man. Oh God, Pardew and Bruce, I am in hell. Steve Bruce is back again. Lads, Real Madrid and Spurs haven't been in touch yet with my agent. I wonder why. Maybe it's because I'm too good for a club of that size. I think Steve Bruce may have been on the whiskey tonight, guys. Kevin says, I think Tommy Tuchel has the better of Pep. Be very, very interesting next year, as well as our relegation battle. Yeah. Billy says Aspilicueta was awesome too. Literally puts his body on the line week in, week out. Great captain. Yeah, I love him. He's been a really good servant for Chelsea. Troll says Bruce for Spurs. Lee Taylor says Toon review Q&A Wednesday, the same time as the England match. I didn't realize England were playing on Wednesday. I may have to move that show in that case to Thursday. I mean, to be honest, you know, some of the questions I'm going to get. I mean, I've said to everybody, I'm doing it live. It's the 2K Q&A one that I said I would do months ago. I'm going to do it live, but it won't be any filthy questions. It's going to be a proper show. So anybody that puts filthy questions, they won't get read out. It'll be, you can ask questions about my personal life and things like that. That's fine. But I may have to change that to Thursday. I would take Tammy Abraham all day long, says Thomas. Paul says Stephen's absolutely nailing the Gaza voice tonight. Interesting. Judy says, I just thought, but if Steve Bruce ever lifted a trophy as manager, it would definitely devalue the prestige of that cup. Yeah. But the thing is, Judy, I don't find your jokes funny anymore. Kevin, I'd have Tammy Abraham all day long. Come on, Stephen. Who, like, can I ask you, lads, a striker we can actually get? Can't believe you wouldn't take Tammy Abraham.
This is my opinion. He's just been on the clubs that many times. He's been in the Chelsea team, yes. He scored goals, but just one of them journeyman strikers, like a Batshuayi. He kind of get in the Chelsea team. He's a good striker. I would take a Batshuayi sort of striker. I've always liked him, Batshuayi.
Yeah. I'd have Giroud, me. I really would. I'd have Giroud any day. Lee Taylor, Abraham Lincoln was an American lawyer and politician, not a footballer. Okay. Music Magpie says, which 2 defenders from the current squad do you think, do you guys want Bruce to sell in the summer? Ooh. Go on, Pete.
Kraft, definitely. Bin. The other one's a hard one.
That's what John said to Joe Linton.
Oh, God.
He hasn't got a clue what I just said there, by the way.
I knew it is. Yeah.
He's just not. He's a million miles away.
I mean, I've got to usually Kraft is one of them. And I think Fernandes will go at the end of the season now. I
would like to keep Fernandes on. But...
I like to keep Fernandes, but I think he's going to go because they've lofted a new deal. But going back to about the striker situation, I mean, if it's not going to be Tammy Abraham, I still wouldn't have him at Newcastle. I'll go for Benteke. He's on a free in the summer. I think the last couple of months for Benteke.
No, I'm not having that, John. I'm not having that in a million years.
Benteke is way
You're not going to have Benteke?
Nah, never in a million years. I'd rather have Joe Linton than Benteke. There you go.
I mean,
he's played well for a couple of months.
No,
okay.
A couple of months. He's been with Palace for about 5 years. No way, John. I think you've lost the plot tonight, John.
Fair enough. Just put it out there.
Benteke, where the hell?
No. I'm just saying. Would you take him though? Would you take him? You wouldn't.
He cannot score now. He could barely hit a barn door.
John, the only way you take Benteke was straight up the anus.
I just thought that there, man.
Sorry, Peter, but I'm sorry, John. I really am. I mean, I didn't mean to, or cause Peter a drinks problem there, but
I managed to give it a.
I cannot take that seriously, John. I'm sorry. I mean, that's your opinion, but Benteke, my God. I mean, wow. Kevin says, a fucking Shih Tzu, you must be making too much money. I blew it all.
Shih Tzu? Can you little dogs, huh?
Yeah, that's what I've just bought. Called Pepper. Billy says, Elsie looks like Bazza.
Oh, no.
I think my dog's a bit cuter than Bazza, to be fair. Gary says, I bought a dog the other day, but it's a cross between a Shih Tzu and a Bull Terrier. A bullshit.
I haven't showed you a picture of my dog because I've got a dog as well.
You've got a cocker, haven't you?
Yes, I'll see if I can find a good photo of that. Yeah, just miss me.
Take your time, Peter. We're only on for 2 hours, mate.
Yeah, that's mine.
Oh, see, I like cockers. We bought a cocker spaniel puppy last year, and we had to sell it because it just kept attacking the kids and my leg.
Really? Oh. Was it a working cocker spaniel? Because that's no.
But my daughter's got a scar on her shoulder from it, and it ripped my leg apart. So I thought, do you know what? If this is like what it's like as a puppy, then it's it was a bit crazy. I just think we got a bad buy because everyone else who I know who's got cockers absolutely love them. I mean, I love them myself, but sometimes it works out.
Mine's so nice.
Yeah. Which player will be a good signing to play alongside Wilson? Well, if you're John Sinclair, everybody, he obviously clearly wants to start some kind of love affair with Benteke as well as Joe Linton. So a nice little 3 in a tub there, John. 3 in a tub, son. But I'm not sure. I mean, I would take Origi for me at Liverpool as a backup.
I would as well. I wouldn't mind Origi.
And I think Origi would actually come up to Newcastle.
Good shout, Origi.
Yeah, you just keep your Bentekes, right? Okay. Don't try and dig yourself out of that hole, John, because you've well and truly buried yourself in Benteke's anus as well as Joe Linton's now. So, Thomas says, "Oh my God, Paul, your dog is so cute. Can I have her?" No. James says, "Is that a heavy metal B&Q background, Peter?"
Oh well, I just typed heavy metal background on Google, I thought, and I've all come up with this one, but I might go with some of the designs as well.
Yeah. Kevin says, did I tell you, lads, I'm judging terriers at Great North Yorkshire Show this year? I'd like to think I know a thing about dogs, but I've fucking Shih Tzus. I'll have to try and get a picture of her because, actually bear with us. I've got one on my phone. I know I have somewhere. I mean, take a look at this. I mean, honestly, like a little Ewok.
Oh.
Seriously, man, look at that. Just so damn cute. And then, as you can see, she gets on very well with the golden retriever. Look at the size difference, man.
Oh.
Massive size difference. Will Miggy have a good summer with Paraguay and get a move to La Liga maybe in the summer? He can go as far as I'm concerned. I've said my piece on Miggy, but Stephen, what's your? I mean, I've heard John and Peter's take on Miggy. What's yours?
I love Miggy. I won't have you bad mouthing Miggy. So I just think he's being played in his wrong position. Understand, bros? You were saying when he was playing in that number 10 role, he flourished. He's not a centre midfielder. That's not his position. He's a number 10.
Right. So what happened against Fulham? End of the season when he was pushed forward and he was still shit.
Yeah, because that was the end of the season. And we're winning the game anyway, so he doesn't have to push himself forward anyway.
Stephen, that's a lame excuse, matey. That's as lame as a dead duck. Honestly. Jade says it's amazing how far Barca have fallen. Yes, Aguero is a quality striker, but they're taking City rejects, which has never been known. That's a good point, but it's their own fault. They've got a lot of money problems there. She then says, careful, Paul, cats are a dream. I do apologise. The only cats that I do actually like in the country are Jade's.
I don't mind cats as well.
Jade's cats always make an appearance when she's on the show, so they're quite fame hungry, I think. Mark says this is like a WWE show. Bam Bam Bigelow, Earthquake, Virgil, and Rico. I don't watch it, so I've got no idea who they are. I know who Bam Bam Bigelow is.
I know Rico.
But like I said, Annie, before, Mark, feel free to go to the toilet and take your face for a shit. Emily, careful, Paul, cats are the best. Oh, I'm getting it from her now. Emily, I do apologise, but like I've just said, my favourite cats in the world are yours and Jade's. I promise you. They are yours and Jade's. I love those cats. And if I ever get invited over to your house, which I've been promised to do this quiz, but still haven't had the invite, I will actually pet them and play nicely with them. I won't do what I normally do and swing them by the tail, hang them on washing lines, and kick them over rugby posts. That's a joke, by the way. I don't actually do that. I've never done that. I shouldn't say things like that live on air. Should Freddie Woodman get a chance in the squad next season ahead of Dubravka? No, not for me.
No.
You see the tweet on Twitter last night where somebody had said we should sell Dubravka and keep Woodman and Darlow and let Woodman be number one for next season. I thought that was a stupid comment to make. I thought,
of course, it was. But I don't get where that person was coming from with that tweet, because for me, Dubravka, I think Sharky replied to that. And he put that Dubravka's got at least 5 or 6 years left in him. And I agree, I think at least. But one thing Dubravka does need to improve on is distribution, because it seems like this is the new norm now for teams to pass out from the back. He has got to be better, or he's putting our defenders under tremendous pressure with his poor passing. Thomas says dogs and cats are awesome. James says I would rather have a dog over a cat any day of the week because I'm allergic to them. Well, obviously you're going to do that. You're not going to say, well, I'm allergic to cats, so I'll get a cat and kill myself. It doesn't make any sense. Luke says, sorry, didn't see a comment about Rudolph. Didn't mean to steal it. Luke, swivel. Musical Magpies. What does Karl have to do to get into Bruce's team?
Don't know, but
who else were?
Well, yeah, time's done. Well, I think
for me,
finished
the
Premier League football. He's finished now.
Done.
Finished.
I think he's been moved on, and Gail as well.
I don't understand Karl and Gail getting new deals. I mean, if they do,
over time
so
they're staying now. Over time they're staying now.
Definitely. James says Joe Linton reckons John is the Dark Destroyer, so of course he will be part of the quiz. Judy says cannibals have caused confusion by marking John's Willie on TripAdvisor as an all-you-can-eat buffet. Holy shit. Oh, dear God. God almighty.
Oh, man.
Would David Santon become a top winger had Pardew used him as a winger rather than a left back? No, I don't think so. He was already a left back. So Paul says, with those glasses, Paul reminds me of a sunburned past his best version of Brains from Thunderbirds.
You're getting howled by Paul, yeah. Paul's getting howled by Paul.
Yeah, I don't think he likes me, to be honest, because he's never very complimentary at all. Paul, which NUFC player would you like to interview first on your channel?
Maxman.
That would be interesting, yeah. And I can say you can swear as much as you want, mate. So I think Maxi would be actually really funny, to be honest. And I shall endeavour to try. James says, any of you buy the 442 magazine? The new issue is out tomorrow and there's a Euro 2020 version. Well, thank you very much, James, for advertising 442 magazine on my channel. Unfortunately, they don't pay me, but thank you for giving them a plug. Kevin says, go compliment bingo guns. So that's what you're known as tonight, Peter. Bingo guns, according to Kev.
God.
Bingo guns. Thomas is apologising to me again. He seems to do that, doesn't he? He puts a rotten comment about me and then apologises pretty much immediately. Troll says, "Don't give Paul stick. He can't help looking like a phone booth." Well,
yeah.
Wow. Trolls are, how search your Blippy.
Go
Peter,
on.
have a look for Blippy, whatever
Blip.
that is. Judy's back, guys. John packed Joe Linton's backside so tight with his glue when he farted it looked like a bulimic cement mixer.
Oh!
Luke's asking James Brown if he feels good. Dear me.
Right.
I bet he's had that a few times.
That's Blippy.
Oh God, I hate that guy and all. I now know who Blippy is. I hate him. Kendo, good evening. Another cracking show. Smash the like button as hard as the sun battered Paul's face. Only Joe Linton's seen more batter, man batter. Yes, thank you very much. If you have enjoyed the show tonight, guys, please do smash the like button. It does help build the channel. And obviously, if you haven't already or you're new to the channel, please do consider subscribing. Thank you very much. Super chats are available at the bottom. I very rarely get them on the Four Horsemen show, but it's there if you want in the dollar sign. Just hit that and donate £1 million, and then you'll never see me again. And actually, just as I've said that, Judy's donated 20. What a marvelous woman. You know what it is, Judy? I take everything back that I just said about you tonight, that I didn't find your jokes funny. You are the most hilarious woman on the planet. Lee says, look, mate, I feel good, especially since I'm living in America. Oh, dear God. It's getting worse. Kev says, I'm off for my second Astra jab on Saturday. Just make sure you got your teeth in, Kev. LD says, hi, everyone. Hope you're all good. Judy's got everybody laughing again. Lee says they reckon the Stadium Light was built on the site of a former mine. When Adam Johnson heard Sunderland's interest, he couldn't wait to join, just so he can be near the miners. Oh, yeah. Luke says, Paul, do you want me to continue making the best bits of the show? I finished school forever, so I will have more time on my hands, mate. If you want to do that, you're welcome to do it, mate. Absolutely. Judy says, Brucey was worried when Joe Linton didn't show for training, so he hired John, who can track any man just by sniffing his pants. John had a whiff. That's easy. Joe Linton, he's in the boot of my car. Lee Taylor says, Harrogate, York, Peterborough and Burton didn't realise that we were Sunderland. Those pre-season fixtures are ridiculous. Remember when we played the likes of Real Sociedad and Mönchengladbach? Yeah, it really has changed. Archer says, every time Steve Bruce gets dressed up as St. Nick, he gets so hard and his cream sauce lands on the stadium as shit. Archer, what the hell, man? Seriously. Annie says, all right, I'll take my face for a shit. Don't expect me in fan forum tomorrow night, though. Annie, that's fine. I don't expect you in fan forum tomorrow night because it isn't on. So, you know what I mean? I don't expect you there. Fan forum, the season's finished, Annie. I don't know whether you've noticed. I mean, I know you're that depressed about Bristol City and you wanted the season over so quickly, but, don't worry about it, mate. Out and about with Rob says, someone keeps sending me flowers with their heads cut off. I think I'm being stalked. Wow. Okay. Not good news. Lisa, Stephen will need some sort of therapy after this show. He knew what he was getting into, right? I'm not.
Yeah. I've watched the show plenty of times, Lee. I know what I'm getting myself into.
Exactly. Ryan says, people say I look like Jose Maria Jimenez. That's the golfer, isn't it?
No, Atletico Madrid. Defender.
Oh, yes. That's it. Who am I thinking of? There is a golfer called Jimenez, isn't there? Oh, I don't know.
I think so, yeah. I think so.
Charles says Joe Linton was arrested for tripping people with his schlong. When John came to the station, he was arrested for tripping the chief of police with his giant squid-sized schlong. John, you're getting a lot of compliments about your man sausage tonight. LD says, sign Armstrong for fuck's sake. We have a 40% sell-on clause, so that's 40. Exactly. 40% off, he says, without a doubt. James says, John, what toothpaste do you use for those gnashes of yours because they are brighter than the moon that you snugged Joe Linton under? Luke says, for fuck's sake, I've just put too much chili in my dinner. My mouth is on fire like John's ass after a scene 2 by Joe Linton. Oh my God. LD says sign Willems on a free. Lewis is for the future. I believe Willems' deal is actually done. It's just obviously waiting to announce that, but I think it's pretty much done. James Brown says Save can end up playing for Chesley Street Town. I'm not bothered as long as he leaves the club. Paul says it's so good to see Benny from Crossroads back on our screen. He's talking about you there, Peter. I know for a fact he is. Benny from Crossroads. Oh, wow. Judy's back again. Police have apologised to Pete for shoplifting 30 bottles of bubble bath. Matey up his arse in Poundland. Turns out it's just another Miggy comfort. Nah. Don't say out about Miggy, Judy, because you'll have Stephen to deal with.
Yeah,
because if you think
you working Miggy.
Aye, if you think Joe Linton and John have got something going on and you have no idea what's hidden in Stephen's cupboard. LD says, would you rather have Edward from Celtic or Morelos from Rangers? Edward, any day of the week. He hasn't got a mad temper like Morelos.
He's on the market for something like 15 million, 20 million. So he's got 12 months left on his contract, Paul. So
that's a good
Celtic are looking to sell. If they don't, he could away on the free in next season. But I think he's looking to sell the guy.
Definitely. Michael Marsden says, congratulations, Jade. I'm so happy for you both. Cheers, Michael. Michael is a massive contributor to this channel. On the fan forum last week, he donated 100 quid. Or 120 pounds, sorry, which was just incredible. He normally donates on the fan forum, but Michael, it's not on tomorrow, mate. It's not until next season now. This will be going on all summer. Then there's going to be obviously European Championships and stuff like that. So there will be plenty going on the channel. We may do a couple of England fan forums later down the line. Steve Bruce says, I'm not a whiskey drinker. I'm a cider drinker. I drinks it all of the day. Would you take Yilmaz as a backup striker? I don't know who he is. I'll be honest.
I'm not sure.
I'm not
sure he plays for Lecce, Paul. I think the guy did play for Lecce, but
right.
Would I take him as a backup striker? Probably not now, but
no,
he's good in this Fenerbahce. But I'm sure he played for Lecce. But 30-year-old.
He's 35.
Yes.
I wouldn't take him.
Unbelievable. Why are we looking at 30-odd-year-old players?
Well, scored 60 goals at Lille since joining 2020.
Yeah, but it's a French league.
Yeah, true.
Annie says, Steve Bruce drinks cider over whiskey. I love this man. Cider was made in Somerset where I live, so that's why. I'm a cider drinker. LD, Billy Gilmore and Tammy would definitely have on loan. Thanks to Willock, people are interested in coming on loan. Billy Gilmore's an interesting one. I think he'd be a decent midfielder for us. Kev says, Paul Giroud without a doubt, but I asked who realistically we could get a striker. That's a good point. Anthony says, Benteke, no, with exclamation marks, John.
Yeah.
Stop tweeting, John.
No, I'm just thinking that guy
he's doing it again. No. You see, you're doing it again. You just can't help yourself. Lee Charnley's back again. I've had to call security. There was a funny man hanging around level 7 looking down on the bus station. That'll be David. He'll have forgot his glasses. God knows, says Thomas. Probably talking about Benteke again. Only cider I don't like is Thatcher's, but who can blame me? She was a proper twat and stole me milk. Honestly. Lee Charlie says, please all remember to donate to Red Nose Day today, which apparently is today.
Was it?
Not fun. He's on about me nose, Peter. Come on.
Oh my God.
It's terrible when I have to explain jokes about myself. You know what I mean? Tom says, John and Joe Linton lying on North Shields Beach sucking on a blobfish.
Oh.
Blobfish.
You've got rabies now. Who the hell's got rabies?
Oh.
Okay. Yes, I love cockers and balls. Judy says, Steve's sofa is how I'd imagine one of Brucey's buttocks to be. Oh, my God.
It's a chair, armchair, actually.
Billy says, apparently Joe Linton has been in the hospital. His Marmite motorway was literally overflowing with all sorts. So the doctor reckons it was more full than Amy Winehouse's bottle bin.
Oh,
Oh!
that's oh my god, that's so.
Billy, I have no words, mate. I absolutely have no words for that. Marmite, the Marmite motorway got me. I mean, that just no. David would take Benteke because David probably didn't see Benteke's lack of goals this season. He probably thinks Benteke still plays for bloody Aston Villa. But never mind.
Shelby as well, don't forget that. He loves Shelby. That's his favourite player.
David, you can go and take your face for a shit as well, mate. Thomas says, Peter, your dog is adorable. I would love to take him. Thomas is on the pole. He's trying to pinch everyone's dogs tonight.
It's a she as well. So,
aye.
Fortunately, not having her. Not having her.
Anthony says Origi would be class. James Brown says Jack Russell, French Bull, and Dog de Bordeaux are my favourite sort of dogs. I don't like Jack Russells. That's not to say that I don't mind people having Jack Russell. I just wouldn't have one myself. Do John and Stephen have any pets?
No, I had a budgie a while ago, but he died. He was the right character, though. He used to drink wine, my budgie.
Quality. Quality.
Yeah.
Stephen, you shouldn't really say that live on YouTube. You know, you'll have the RSPCA knocking on your door saying, "Excuse me, did you?"
He's dead now, so it doesn't matter. He's dead.
Well, because he probably drank a bottle of wine. John does have a pet. He's called Joe Linton.
He's gonna take Joe Linton out for a walk before he goes to bed tonight.
I'd love to get a cat. Love to get a cat soon, though. I mean, decided.
Yeah. But Joe Linton will get very jealous, John, because it's either his anus or the pussy. John was seen on the beach blowing up a floating M, but when I got closer, I saw Joe Linton with the biggest grin ever. A floating M. Okay. Kevin says, check Tammy's stats, and Annie Wood, you have him back at Bristol City. Annie would have anybody at Bristol City. Even Dwight Gale, but even Dwight Gale has rejected Bristol City. What about a swap deal, Ryan Fraser for Edouard or Morelos so he can fuck off to Scotland? Yes, I'd do it for Edouard, not for Morelos. James says John takes his dog Joe Linton for a walk on a lead down the park on a daily basis. Yeah, you can just see him, can't you? Joe Linton on all fours with a bloody gag around his mouth, pretending to be a lead. That's what it does around the house. Miggy is a key player being coached wrong, says LD. So you have some support there, Stephen.
Yeah.
Everyone is raving about Graham Jones as an attacking coach, yet Miggy has got worse. The Bruce curse. Maybe. Miggy's in hospital after PD did a cum fart in his chest. Luckily, Avalanche rescue dogs were able to dig him out within the hour. Fuck's sake, Judy, man. God almighty. James says Almiron is a decent player, but I think he would be even better in either La Liga or League One. Then James says meow. Gary says Miggy Almiron is a good player, but NUFC can do with a top manager. He can be one to watch, but under Bruce, there's no chance of him to show his colours. I'm not so sure. I need to be sold. Kevin says, Peter, you're good on Googling. I can't be bothered to type the stats. Just for the record, Paul, ask Googling Peter to read Tammy's goal ratio to games. Peter, apparently that's a job for you, says Kev. And James says, John reminds me of John Cena. Every now and then, when he pops off the stream, you can't see me. Right. Terry says Annie wants to take Hendrick and Shelby for starters. Yes, take Hendrick. Yes. Take Hendrick and Shelby down to Bristol City, Annie. I'm sure they'll be fantastic for you. Dubravka and Woodman are two keepers we should keep. The old players will be good for the division teams. Just send them down the leagues. Kevin says, is Woodman going to be key to us getting Willock? I don't think Woodman will go to Arsenal. I don't think that's even an option. I think if anyone was to go to Arsenal, it would be Maximin, to be honest, in any sort of deal that way. I could really see Ashley doing that, which would obviously break Stephen's heart. I know, but he has, he has to accept that Miggy and Sir Maximin could be leaving.
No.
Archie says, I believe Joe Linton is in hospital giving birth. He makes a big push, and it's Steve Bruce's head.
Yes.
He's just a disturbed man, is Archer. I heard Jeff Hendrick and PD Proudluck are starting a Tenacious D tribute band. Ian Gaskill says, Benteke makes Riviere look world class. Lejeune and Aja come centre-backs next season. Well said, Ian. I don't know what the hell John's talking about Benteke. I think he's had a bang on the head at work today. I'm sure of it. James says, sorry, DJ Bam Bam Bigelow. Even if I wasn't allergic to cats, I'd still have a dog. That's nice of you, but call me Bam Bam Bigelow once more. I'll find out where you live and I will kill you. Thomas says, Judy, where the F do you come from? Nobody knows. She's one of these mysterious characters that only comes out at night. Derek Sharp says, do you think Shelby should be sold? I think a packet of Tesco value rich tea is the best we can get. That's an insult to rich teas, that, to be fair. James says, ASM on a Monday night would be class. I'm not sure ASM would quite understand what was going on. He'd probably think, what the hell have I come on to here? I think he'd be mentally disturbed as well. Judy, thank you very much for the super chat. You are just a star. Donating to pay for a plastic surgeon to remove the eye and ear shrapnel from Paul's face after a dodgy Chinese metal dildo exploded in his hand. You know, there I am praising you, Judy, saying, you know, that's a lovely thought, 20 quid, and then you go and insult me like that, saying I've got a bloody shrapnel in my face. Unbelievable. Paul's back again. I do like you, Paul. You, John, PD and Bazza, Jade and all the others have made difficult times so much better. I, like many others, love what you do. And I love you too, Paul. It's all a big cuddle now, isn't it? But I'm only joking anyway, Paul. I know, you know, you're a big part of the channel. Don't get me wrong. You're a good guy. And it's all banter on this show, as you well know. And now James is apologizing to me. Emily says, can't wait for the Toon review wedding. Paul is best man. Have you any idea how happy that's just made me? I am just the happiest man on the planet right now. Don't anybody respond to that, but it's all right, Emily. I'm over the moon, me. I'm bouncing. I'm honored. I'm honored. Troll says we have to pay Paul to keep him happy. Whoa, that's a bit of a... Trolls, what's the matter with you? You don't have to pay me, but it does help to run the channel. That's all, Trolls. You know, I thought you would understand that. Emily's back again saying PD is officiant. You're officiating the wedding, Peter. Okay, then. So I'd get yourself online and start getting yourself... what do they call it?
Ordained.
Ordained, that's the one, yeah. You know, John, you're fired. Rob, thank you very much for the super chat, mate. Really, really kind of you. Thank you, mate. Steve Bruce said, surprised this show's on tonight. I thought you lot would be stuffing your faces with humble pie and custard. Seriously. Yeah. If I thought that was really Steve Bruce, then I'd be telling you to take your face for shit as well, pal. PD Proudluck has a touch of the Rose Wests. Wow. Okay. Jesus Christ, Pete. Oh, God. Troll says a man went home with a blind lady. They were getting it on when the lady said, is this Braille or your balls and schlong? Oh. Billy says Bruce went for a tattoo of an Indian chief on his back. Amazingly, he went to Davey Wonder's shop, talking about Dave. After 3 hours, Bruce was in agony and asked how long it would be. Davey says, I'm just doing his turban. Oh, God almighty. Brilliant. Honestly. Christ. Steve says, War Alex is like a little Rottweiler on Twitter. You should see him go. I bet he is. Ryan's probably sat in his Canadian dungeon, thrapping his man one to photoshopped pics of Paul as the Geordie Statham. A challenging wank, but not impossible. Oh, my God. Is the Q&A on tomorrow night? No, I'm going to have to... I'll put it to Thursday night now. It was on Wednesday. I'm going to move it to Thursday. So make sure you tune in for that. Yilmaz scored 16 goals for Lille in League One. Billy, thank you so much for the super chat as well. Love this channel, a real godsend. Thanks, Billy. You're a star and a very funny man, by the way. Tom says, Paul just put a bet on today on Portugal to win the Euros. Worth a shout. They'd be close to playing with Ronaldo playing. I think it's open. I really do. I think the Euros are very open this year. Peter, why are you laughing?
Oh, it was just what I commented before.
Which comment?
Oh, what was it again? The one that Billy said.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Annie says, Tammy is God. Please come back, Tammy. Steve says, I know a great Egyptian footballer who was free after leaving Villa. Yeah.
No.
You just know he's going to be linked to Newcastle in the summer, don't you? You just know. Judy says, Miggy says he calls Steve the Crucible because he swallowed more balls on the snooker table.
Oh, God.
Is that your nickname for Miggy? Or does Miggy call you that, Stephen?
Yeah, he does actually. Yeah.
Steve says, surely County Durham wasn't that hot today, Paul. Usually the likes of Stanley and Concert is pissing it down. I don't live near Stanley and Concert. They're much higher up than me. That's why it always rains there. It's been nice today. Tom says, Peter, how is your arm after your vaccine?
It's getting there now. It felt quite sore, but the worst part was the headache and just feeling quite tired. But feeling fine now. Now.
Good stuff. Kevin says, is Benteke in the Belgian squad for the Euros, John?
I very much doubt it. I mean, I think it's gonna be Dries Mertens, Lukaku, and I don't know the Belgian lot, but I know Mertens and Lukaku will be in it.
So why is Benteke not there, John?
Because he's shite.
Listen, can I just say something? I'm not trying to duck out of it, right? But
yes, you are. You're
not
playing, obviously.
Fan, but all I'm saying is he's been playing well for the last couple of months, and he has been scoring goals.
How many goals did he score, John?
How many
goals did he get?
I'm not sure he got, but he scored about. I'm not sure he has been scoring, and he has been playing well. So,
Peter, will you check how many goals that Benteke got?
This season,
yeah, because I think John's away with the fairies here, saying he scored a few goals. I know I can remember him getting one. I'm not sure how many more he got than that.
Corner time of that 10.
10 goals this season. Okay, and how many of them were in the league, Peter?
Let's have a look.
Don't think it'll be many.
That does not tell me when I type it in.
Well, it doesn't matter. John's lost the plot anyway.
It's definitely not a lot.
LD says Joe Linton down on his knees, chiseling Bruce's cheese.
10 goals, apparently all in the Premier League this season.
Yeah. Okay. Billy says, is it true that Paul stood on Shields Beach today and 3 ships hit the rocks thinking he was the newly installed lighthouse?
Oh, God.
Nah, you didn't get many laughs for that, Billy. I don't know why. I thought that was quite funny. But, never mind. Tom says El Mahalamadi will be Bruce's signing in this window.
Oh, God. No.
Well, he'll be linked at some stage, I promise you. Judy's back again. John phoned the sperm bank asking if he had to make a deposit tomorrow, as he heard it's a wank holiday Monday. Bloody hell. David says, I would definitely take Benteke from Crystal Palace. David, seriously, have a word with yourself, man. After the slight improvement in Joe Linton's form, Newcastle have taken the decision to make John Sinclair the blotivitational coach. Oh, sorry, the blotivational coach instead of motivational. Blotivational, yeah, I get that. John, I didn't know you liked a bit of pussy. And then David the blind man has said,
no more.
Yeah, David the blind man, Miggy is not good enough for the Premier League. Oh, Stephen. Oh.
All right, John Joe Shelby, love it. All right, okay. Carry on.
Troll says, Paul, how did Miggy do under Rafa? better manager. Stephen, you can explain that as you're such a big fan of Miggy. How did he do under Rafa?
Well, under Rafa, he was always unlucky that the goal he should have scored the goal on his debut when he hit the post. He thrived off Rondon, Perez in that time.
How long did it take him to score, Stephen?
It took him a long time, about 27, 28 games he did. But you couldn't deny he was working his what's off to try and get a goal. He was always in the right area.
Run. It doesn't have, if you've got no end product, Stephen, it's but I want to be proved wrong about me because I like the bloke and I want to be proved wrong. Tom says Aguero to Barcelona, that'll be interesting. I'm just going to rattle through these final comments now towards the end of the show. Luke says, David, sorry to break it to you, neither is Shelby. LD says, in fact, Paul, you look like Daddy Pig off Pepper. You dare spit your drink out there, Peter, and I swear to God, I'll chuck you off the show. Do not spit your drink out of that comment. that just isn't funny. It isn't funny. It isn't funny.
I should have laughed early, but
I'm just going to talk now because I don't want anybody else to sing.
Come back, Paul.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is what you call a huff. Has any of you ever met any footballers? If so, who? I can remember once walking out of school when I walked past Adam Johnson and he had a big bag of midget gems in his pocket.
Oh, God.
That's not nice. Oh, dear. John plays Joe Linton with kindness, but didn't realise the Toon Review family had to pay you, Paul. Nobody pays me. And James, this is my full-time job, so stick it up your ass. Jules says, I do, Paul. I'm never serious, just banter. Love this show and keep it up. Of course, I know that, Jules. Thank you very much, Chongles, for the £10 donating to the Harvey Weinstein Defence Fund. If you don't get off, we will all look red-faced. Oh, God's sake.
God,
yeah. That just hurts, man. That just hurts. Judy says the US military has apologized for invading Iraq. Turns out those photos of WMDs were just John in black Speedos on South Shields Beach.
Oh, God.
Weapons of mass destruction. Honestly, John on the beach. Oh, dear. What's your thoughts that Steve Bruce and Lee Charnley don't want to sign Jetro? The fact he is a free and he loves the fans and wants to sign up, but Steve Bruce is a bell end not to sign up. I think the deal is actually done, Archer. Just wait for some news, mate. It'll be good. And he says, oh, Tammy, I swear to God, if you sign El Mohammadi, then you're fucked. Yeah, we know that. If we sign them, Mohammadi will be a piss take. Gary says, and on YouTube, there'd been a short show a week or two ago from Callum Wilson answering different questions on Joe Willock, testing each other. So I wonder if these two lads will be getting back together, hopefully. Steve Bruce said he needs more support for the next season, so Mike Ashley bought him a sports bra. John reminds me of that 10 hours later part of SpongeBob. Benteke is another Ryan Fraser. Don't touch him. Well said. James says Mike Bassett is the favourite to replace Steve Bruce. Judy says Baz has been drilling glory holes in the stadium lights, gents. When asked why, he said, now football's not the only thing they suck at.
Oh,
Judy. Al Mohammadi will be linked just because of his relationship with Brucey Boy. John, I love your shiny teeth, but Benteke, come on. He only starts playing at the end of every season. He does it every year. He scored 37 goals in 5 seasons. He hardly sets the Premier League on fire.
there you go.
James singing, oh, Johnny boy, the teeth are shining. Judy, I laughed at Billy's Lighthouse comment. It works on so many levels. He's wearing bright white. He has a massive willy, and he's a member of the Lighthouse family. It's like an onion, many layers.
Oh my God.
David, we love your banter, but Benteke, come on, go get yourself lost in level 7. John is the bright man because his teeth and head are so shiny. Paul, that top PD has on is making him look like Daffod, the only gay in the village.
Thank you.
Christ almighty. Right, last few comments before we finish up. MLS to Premier League is a massive step up, but Miggy looked decent under Rafa. Judy says, Miggy said Steve's such a love machine. He can stick a gobstopper up my arse and bum it into chalk.
Oh,
God. James says, excellent stream tonight, lads. Hit the like and subscribe button. Thanks, mate. Paul says, can Stephen talk us through that goal he scored against Scotland in Euro 96? You can get lost with the daddy pig shit. Like, I'm not having that. Joe said, that's nothing. John can stick a love egg up my passage and slam it into an omelette. Almighty. Miggy just signed up for Forrest Gump rerun, Stephen. Basically saying Miggy just runs and that's it. Daddy pig, no, let's not even put that up. Billy, Paul's gone to splash in the muddy puddles. Oh, not fucking funny. Not funny. Not funny. Does Pete like jumping in muddy puddles?
What?
I don't know. Paul's gone to his closet again in a huff. Yes, I did. David said, Paula look better when you are blank screen. Don't call me Paula. I mean, David, you really haven't got your glasses on tonight, have you, you utter twat? James says, stick it up my arse, you young man. Derek says, Paul, just say I like jumping in muddy puddles. No. Paul, that was better when you're blank. Nah, don't change it to Paul now. You honestly. How is Pepper and George? Just not funny. How is Pepper and George, Paul? Oh, yeah. Such a shame the show's ending, isn't it? If we offer you Perez plus 30 million for Maximan, would you take it? Not a chance in hell.
No.
Trill says, great show as always. How is Goldie the fish and Mammy Pig? Have a good night, Judy. I'm finishing off these now because I'm sick of the show now. Would you take Thomas Frank at Newcastle? Yes, I would in a heartbeat. Paul, you need to do a championship and League One predictions when it gets near. I will. Night Trolls have a good one. Pete and Paul holding hands, jumping in the muddy puddles. Fair enough. Madame Gazelle is the teacher. Fuck off. Brentford's new stadium looks amazing. Yes, it's very nice. Warren says, great show tonight, lads, as always. Good start of the week. Can't wait for your Q&A, Paul. Take care. Enjoy your week, guys. Billy says, Daddy Pig and Danny Dog below him. Oh, my God. Dave says, great show again tonight. Night, everyone. And James says, do you live on top of a hill, Daddy Pig? Cheers, guys, says Annie. It's not even fucking funny, man. You just need help. Right, guys, as usual, thank you very much for tuning into the show tonight. It's been another blast. Big thanks to Stephen for guesting tonight. For Barry, I hope you've had a decent time on the show, mate. And like I say, you got a bit of hammer, but that's what the Four Horsemen's all about. But thank you very much to everybody that's contributed in the comments again. You've all been fantastic as usual. Thank you so much for the super chats. If you have enjoyed the show, guys, as usual, please smash up that like button as it does help me build the channel up. And if you haven't already or you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, and it'll let you know whenever I do go live or there's any uploads done. Peter, anything coming up on your channel?
I might try and do a reviewing on my Premier League predictions at some point.
Cushy. John? John, I shouldn't ask you because we'll be here till 11 o'clock.
I've got two. I'm just going to name two special ones coming up tomorrow. I've got Claire Williams, Man U fan, 7:30. We're going to talk about the Man U review with Claire. Yeah, and Claire's on Wednesday, it's a new one. And she's fantastic. And on Wednesday, a new one. I've got a lad called Jake, Calcio supporter. We're going to be speaking Italian football, the review.
I might watch that. I'll cue my insomnia. Italian football. That should be good.
Embarrassing.
Stephen, what's happening with yours? Stephen? Stephen. He's gone, hasn't he? He's gone. Oh, no, he's back. He's there. Hang on a minute. We've got two Stevens going on here. I'll take that one off. Stephen, what's going on with your channel?
I was having a bit of a break for my channel for now. Might revisit it next season or something like that. I was having a bit of a break for now.
Right, okay, doke. Right, well, that's it for tonight. Obviously, I'll be back. I'll probably do my Q&A on Thursday night. And then over the summer, obviously, me and Jade will be on with the European Championships. The Four Horsemen will be continuing as normal through the summer. And obviously, we'll be doing the summer quiz for Newcastle United summer quiz probably after the Euros when it calms down a little bit and there's more time. But until then, guys, it has been a very, very crazy Monday show as usual. Enjoy the rest of your week. Don't do what we would do, and stay safe out there, guys. But in the meantime, good night from the Horsemen.